another 13 days we will have our ocean conference, and I would like to, of course, invite all of you to come and get the coverage and get close with all what we want to do in our ocean conference. This will be the fifth, yeah. The first one was in US, the second one was Chile, the third one US again, and then the last in Malta, and then Indonesia has the honor and to host this our ocean conference. So me and Ibu Retno Marsudi, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, will host the conference, both of us. So actually today Ibu Retno also would like to come, but the schedule is make her not possible. And today we already have together a press conference for Indonesian media in our ministerial. And now to highlight to all of you that this time of our ocean conference will be much different than last our ocean conference, because we would like to finally put the mechanism and tracking on every commitment that has been made by all countries. So far there had been 663 commitments have been done in the last fifth our ocean conference, and we would like to start to making it a mechanism how the delivery of those commitments. Not that, oh yeah, every state can come and I commit 1 million hectares for 1 million square kilometers of oceans to be protected, an example for MPA, for marine protected area. But there is no tracking who have done and how they got it if it is already done. Because why we are very proud and happy to have this our ocean conference, to host our ocean conference, is because Indonesia interest in maritime is our president mission to put Indonesia as one of the leading economy on maritime, and also to put this nation future to the oceans, as well as many as well as international world content are now very strong into oceans environment, oceans economy, blue economy, and also the sustainability of how we going to manage our oceans. And it's also international are starting putting interest and concern into the high seas management, because so far high seas has become nobody jurisdictions and nobody control, nobody surveillance, no one do anything with the high seas. While after the last 4 years, basically we combat the illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing. We understand and we see, and we would like to share this in our ocean conference, that one of the key, very important to be addressed is not only everybody commit into marine protected area, but addressing illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing as a threat to it, as a threat to the sustainability, as a threat of your blue economic plan, as design or whatever you want to make that economy of the maritime is more sustainable, more into things that we accommodate the concern of climate change. We should accommodate the threat that is coming to our oceans. As we all remember and know that ocean is 71% of our planet. The 29% is the land, but 71% is our planet. And I would like to highlight in this our ocean conference the concern of the high seas. Why is that? Because 61% of that 71% oceans is the high seas, where nobody jurisdiction, basically is a free zone to do anything, including fisheries crime and any other crimes. And learning from what we have done in 4 years, as what I mentioned at the beginning, we see the shifting of operation of the illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing now is commute from the high seas. So they organize, they board, they load, they land at the high seas. No more from EEZ, because Now we control our EEZ really strict, really well, and they're doing it no shifting from the EEZ. Of course, with many new modus operation, using the local entity, using the local fishermen, using the local fishing vessel, and they transport it or transship it at the high seas. So, beside tracking mechanism, we want to uprise in our ocean conference, also addressing IUU fishing to become one of the threats of our blue economy design, of our concern on climate change, and this our ocean conference also become very important actually strategically, diplomatically for Indonesia, because there will be 6 head of state which is coming from Mauritius, from Pulau, from this island state country, which has become politically and also diplomatically very important for us on continue advocating the Iceland state Komunikasi or Iceland state agreement that we have done. So, and we all come to the same interest and the same concern that when climate change, the temperature of this planet increase, the one that will be affected first are all the island states. Yes, Indonesia has 17,000, but most of that 17,500 islands are small islands. The big island is only Kalimantan, Java, Sulawesi, Sumatra, Papua. So the rest are all small islands, which will be very vulnerable to the climate change. And that's addressed three things that we have. It's very important actually to address on our ocean conference. The fourth cost for maritime security, which is diplomatically, that's the thing that Ibu Retno, our foreign ministerial, are very. We have already started with our IORA in Indonesia. We become the leading on that, and we would like to continue leading on basically ocean issues in whatever matter it is, from in the blue economy, in the sustainable management of our renewable resources, especially for Indonesia right now, fisheries. And we also would like to broad up the experience in the last 4 years by putting tough measures on illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing. We actually benefiting a lot economically. For the first time, the last 4 years in a row, the GDP of fishery sector economy is above national GDP. So national GDP is for 5.1, 5.2, I think, and the fisheries alone is average above 6.7, 6.5 for the first time in the last 4 years. For the first time also in the last 4 years, our GDP on fishery sector in Southeast Asia are leading above any other country. So, and also we see the competitiveness index of fisheries businesses, especially fishing businesses, is increasing 128, from 107 to become 128. Why happen significantly 20% increase on competitiveness? Because now the fisherman, the fishing boat, doesn't have to go that far anymore. Mean lower cost. The second, the catch is more and bigger size, mean value more. So in the volume on export are not so much increase, but in the value is a lot of increase. While the consumption internally, the country is also increased from 36 kilogram to 46 kilogram. 10 kilogram multiplied to 150 million people, that's a lot of million tons of this. Our stock increased from 7.1 to 12.5 million tons. That was last year. In this month, the end of the month, we will announce the last stock assessment of 2018. I would approximate is above 13 million tons. So I mean, continue increase on the fish stock on MSY, basically sustainable yield to harvest. And also the biomass increase of our water is significantly seen. You can see on the satellite images capturing, you can see how good on revitalizing the health of our oceans and the catch of the fishermen. Also the purchase power of fisheries also increased from 104 to 112. And fisheries sector contributing to deflation on price commodity. So from those parameters, it's really seen our policy are on the right track. Hope this continue growing, and I hope we can manage this also in continuous sustainable way. So we put policy on ban trawlers, on fighting also no destructive fishing, because we still have a lot of problem with destructive fishing. We still several times catch smuggling of almost 50 tons of fertilizer that used as a dynamite in destructive fishing, and many of course other problems. We still fight on the wave-friendly environment fishing method. Also, we limited the size of fishing boat that can go fishing in Indonesia water. So with all those measurements, we have learned and we have experience gain on economy benefits. So we would like to share this. And I guess there are issues also to convince several state leaders to understand the climate change and sustainable management. It's so important on growing the blue economy, on growing sustainable economy. So probably I would like one day before my term end to brought this in a book, and I would invite a good writer to do that. Of course I can't write myself to explain it appropriately, scientifically and journalistically, to be easy understand, well delivered, to convince several head states who still have, how you call it, that climate change is just it's just an issue, it's just a rumor, it will not happen anything, it's not affecting anything. But probably with certain numbers, by doing sustainable management, by putting climate change and environment friendly manners, is actually economically very profitable. Look at how many million ton stock increase. If you just multiply $1 a kilo, 7 million ton is $7 billion. And not yet other benefit from healthier oceans, giving opportunity to our fish stock to continue breeding and nurturing, is also giving more productivity increase. And this kind of thing, I would love to invite a really good writer, scientific background, group of people to make that all what we have done in Indonesia actually reflecting how just combat IUU fishing with $8 million budget to patrol, surveillance and sinking the boat is actually gaining billions of dollars or something like that I would like to share in our ocean conference. So other than that, of course, we will have several high-level meeting to broad those issues of MPA, tracking mechanism, and sustainable fisheries management and blue economy into the SDG 14. We expect if we can broad this issue bigger and higher and can be adopted and addressed by the UN, that would be more influencing to a big change. And I think that's about our ocean conference. I had addressed all. I mean, if there is any question, we all welcome. This conference will be attended by 6 heads of state and 32 ministers. There's another additional 3 new to come, so will be 35 ministers from 31 countries. So some country brought 2 ministers. And we have, I think, almost 200 NGOs is involved. So our civil society is also very strong. So it's not just state to state, but including all civil society will also attending and contributing and participating our ocean conference. And we hope the 663 commitment, it can be tracking now after this our ocean conference. And also we would like to bring most of the result of this our ocean conference to the high-level panel of SERPA group, also to the UN for the SDG 14, which has to be done very soon, I think. And of course, we also address the marine debris, the plastic problem in our oceans. We had several side events. I think in main event, one of the main event also become one of the topic for the marine debris. And we should start to put the plastic problem is become our nation huge priority into address, because what we had right now is become really bad for the environment, also for very soon will be affecting the fishery sector. And I think that's, thank you.